center of activity where our needs were met as people of color, providing a community where you had all of the diversity that you need for survival, entertainment.
All of the entertainers wanted to be there.
Those pictures and what you just saw there, that's history right there. And our guest this morning is bringing a part of history to your screens. An iconic music venue in Houston allowed many entertainers, and not just entertainers, some pretty notable ones that we all know and love, show their talents for the first time. We're talking Ray Charles, James Brown, Aretha Franklin. You familiar with those three?
Just a little bit. Wow. From Houston to Atlanta, today you're going to be able to see Memory Builds the Monument at Morehouse. It's all free, and here to share more about it is Grammy-nominated producer and award-winning director Isaac Yeoman. Great to have you with us this morning.
Thank y'all so much for having me.
You talk about some big names that were trailblazers in the music industry.
Absolutely. I mean, Ray Charles. And tonight we're at the Ray Charles Performing Arts Center, so
Right,
look at that tie-in.
So they were allowed to perform there for the first time at a time when African Americans really were not given the platform.
Exactly. Club Matinee was actually inside of the Green Book, and it was on the Chitlin Circuit, as they called it back in the day. It was a safe place for people of color to play their music. And man, I'm just so excited to have this film out, and Paramount believe in it, and it's streaming now on BET Plus, so extremely excited.
Tell us a little bit about the film. I mean, what can people expect who are coming out to see it? I mean, certainly you're going to go through a lot of history in this film.
Of course. You talk about history, I mean, we're at Morehouse, right? The historic HBCU right here in Atlanta, where Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. went. So I'm excited and ecstatic for them to believe in my film and to show it there. The film is called Memory Builds the Monument. So when you think about the monument, the space Club Matinee, where the music venue was, no longer exists, but the thought process of the film is that the people's memories that are in the documentary are rebuilding the monument, right? So when you think about a monument, I think like some people see a monument as a physical place, but I think it's a physical feeling. And so it's like recreating that feeling, right? That soul, that funk, that Southern glory, you know, of that time and that era. So,
well, what inspired you to do it?
Actually, my partners, Fifth Ward CRC and Source Studios, they came to me with the idea and wanted to talk about this music venue. My background is music,
right?
So I love music, and like we just talked about, these are legends, right? So we grew up cleaning and on the weekends listening to Aretha Franklin and James Brown, and so when you talk about icons like that in such a historic, rich neighborhood like Fifth Ward in Houston, it was a no-brainer for me to be involved and make sure I did my due diligence to serve the community the right way.
Talking about the space no longer existing, how challenging was that then to find all of that history? I mean, I'm assuming you got to do a lot of digging and a lot of research yourself, even with these notable names having performed there.
Absolutely, man. It's much thanks and praise to my producers, Miriam Heads, Tan Williams, and Greg Carter. They really helped me in the African American Library. They were really, really, really helpful providing us with images. And I feel like as a director, I saved a piece of history because we actually filmed this during the times of COVID when it was in the depths. And we found pictures that it took 6 months to find. And I think had we not had that time during the break, those may not have been found. And this piece of history may have got lost, and you may not have got this film. We might not be in Atlanta.
It's just it's like a way cooler book report.
Hey, did anything?
That was a good one.
That was good.
Like
did anything surprise you? Like, did you learn something you didn't know?
Yes, Peacock Records. It was walking distance from Matinee, which is what the film is about.
Right.
Peacock Records is what Big Mama Thornton was signed to, Sam Cooke. And it was the Motown before the Motown. Like Peacock Records was the first black record label in the South. And so to think that that space was literally walking distance away from Matinee, where some of these legends birthed their careers, is mind blowing.
And you've worked with some pretty big names yourself, right? You want to drop a few names?
A few, you know, I'm not really a name dropper, but you know.
We'll do it for you.
We'll
Beyonce,
do it. Slim Thug, yeah.
I mean, you're a pretty big name yourself.
Man, I appreciate it. I mean, I've been blessed to, you know, work with a lot of great people in the music industry. We had a big record a couple years ago, Zed in the Middle. That was one of my biggest records. Went 6 times platinum.
6 times platinum.
Yeah.
He's so humble,
Everybody
man.
knows that. Everybody knows that one.
That's right. That's right.
So I mean, man, I'm thankful to be able to be merging my talents of music and filmmaking
film.
and being able to put this together and, you know, be able to just do something that's rich for our history. And, you know, thank you again to Paramount and BET
Yeah.
Plus for releasing this during Black History Month.
Right.
Like, what a perfect time.
Who are you wanting to inspire with it?
I want to inspire young creators,
Okay.
right? And I think it's important for us as young creatives to understand where it came from.
Right.
And so for me, I think this film is a testament to that, me being a young Black filmmaker and learning so much along the way and along the process. So just extremely ecstatic to be here, excited to be screening it at Morehouse.
Yes.
Excited to be in the A, you know?
Yes.
Well, no doubt there will be a lot of support there at Morehouse for
Absolutely.
this. It'll be
Yes.
interesting to see
A
them
plus
enjoy
on
that.
this book report.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
free for everybody to come. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
cool.
not just Morehouse, all
Anybody
Atlanta
can
residents.
come by and see it.
Most definitely. Hope to see y'all there. Ray Charles Performing Arts Center at Morehouse tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. It's gonna be a big red carpet, BET. You know, put your best dress on. Y'all invited too now. Come on.
You know what? I've just continued success. I
Yes,
mean, truly,
much
that's awesome,
success.
and it's great to have you here.
Absolutely. Thank you guys.
Appreciate
Blessings.
Good to see you. You can check out this interview and find out more information about how you can see the film by going to atlantanewsfirst.com for more